now. Tell me to calm down. Okay, Mama, what is it now? Mama, what is it? Why are you crying? What is it? What?
Your father. Papa! Papa! You have to cut my shot now without saying goodbye, Papa. Why? You said it's not good. You said a man should not make promises that he cannot keep. That is not good. It's not good to break promises, Papa. Papa, you said you will leave so that we'll take you out of this condition. But you did not keep it now. You did not keep it. Why? What are you doing here? Why? Baba, hey. Baba, please. Don't do this, please, Baba.
Worry a lot, child. I've told you countless times that I will be alright. Nothing can ever happen to me. This is ordinary sickness that wants to test my faith in God. I will be fine. I will.
Papa!
I will be fine.
These are your exact words 3 months ago at the hospital, Papa.
I must wait.
You'll be fine. Now look at you. Look at you. Look at the way you're feeling. Look at you. Papa, listen. Permit us to sell off the land and this house so we can take you to the hospital whatever we realize within it, Papa, please.
No, my daughter. You and your mother have tried your best to save me from this sickness. I appreciate it. Promise me you will not sell that land or this house. Please don't do that. I will be happy with you people.
Papa, we need to take you to the hospital for just the... Oh, God.
This is the highest sacrifice you and your mother can do for me. And
I don't understand you. I just don't... Oh. Okay. Promise me you live for me and my mother.
Place your hand on this Bible and promise me you will do as I told you.
On my honor, Papa, I promise.
Fine. Remember, it's not good to make a promise you cannot keep. Real men and women don't break their promise, Amanda. Do you hear me?
Papa, I will not break it. I will not break it, I promise.
My sister, it's not easy. It hasn't been easy at all. My husband is really sick. There is nowhere we have not gone to no avail. All we have is finished. He's really sick. Yes. Please pray for me. I'll get back to you. Mama. What did your father say? Did he agree with you?
Mama, same old story. That man will never change.
You mean he did not accept?
My daughter, we sold everything that we have to get off my bank debt and to make sure I get out of this condition. So you and your mother should not sell the remaining land and this house. Those are my inheritance from me. Mama, these are his words, and I respect him for that.
Meaning?
That we should do all that he has said. Mama, he made me place my hand on the Bible to promise him we will keep to all this. Mama, my father promised me he will live for us, so fear not.
My God. Amanda, and you believe him? Amanda, seeing his condition right now, you still believe him? Is he God?
Mama, my father's faith is very strong. I believe him.
Mama, let me see my friend.
Amanda, come back here.
Mama, wait. Wait.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Papa, I kept my own promise. It's a pity that you couldn't keep yours. But I know, I am sure you fought so hard to do so. I'm very proud of you, my father and my gallant soldier. Sleep on my father. Amanda will miss you. Mama. Oh God. Oh
no.
Your Highness.
That I am quiet over this issue does not mean that I don't know what I'm doing or that the problem is too big for me to handle.
Your Highness, the people of Romance are biting more than they can chew.
I know.
Then, order our warriors to go and wage war against them.
I think diplomacy is best. Let's send words to the king and to tell his people to stay away from the land.
Your Highness, you have sent words to them twice, but it seems they are taking us for granted.
Oh no, I know. But diplomacy is still the best. Let's send words to him again.
Your Highness, that is the prince. Huh?
Hey,
father! That is the prince.
Woo! Woo! Greetings, father.
Hey, father. Welcome home, my son.
Thank you, Dad.
Come on. Go get these things.
Welcome, my son.
You're looking good.
Oh, thank you. How come you didn't tell me you were coming the last time we spoke on phone?
Father, I wanted to take everybody by surprise.
Oh, you are surprised.
As a matter of fact, 2 days ago when you called me, I was already on my way to the airport.
Oh, really?
Yes, Dad. Where is Mom and everyone?
Everyone is inside. Let's go in. Let's go.
Look at you.
Kate, I understand how you and your daughter Amanda feel. I want you to stop crying.
Why should death come to take him like this without considering all that we went through to make sure that he stays alive? Why?
Well, there's no one in this community who wouldn't know the difficulties you and your daughter passed through in trying to make my brother to be alive. But the question is this: would it have been better he lived and continued in pains and suffering?
But God should have spared his life. He is all-knowing. He knows what we all passed through, me and my daughter. He knows what we passed through. Kids, it's all right. Yeah? You see, you don't have to offend God with your words. He knows everything. He knows when to give life and when to take it. Remember, you have Amanda. Biko, you have to be strong for her. Oh? I wish I can see God one-on-one. I wish I can see him. I would have asked him some pertinent questions. I would have asked him why he allowed us to go through all these problems. Yet he took away what meant the whole world to me and my daughter. Yet he took him away. Maybe if I saw him and asked him, he would have given me one or two answers. Oh my God! Why? Why?
The wisdom of man is foolish before God. Let us allow nature to come into play.
Oh, nature. Nature? So nature is into play in this? Okay. 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 Amanda, you need to stop crying and pull yourself together. You need to be strong for your mother.
Amara, my father died in suffering. My father died without saying a word to me, Amara.
I know. But it's not the end of the world. Would you have to kill yourself without bringing your father back? No, it will not.
Amara, it's a pity that I couldn't help him and that gave me life. I couldn't help him when he needed me most. I couldn't help him.
I know. But we all know you and your mother did your best.
Our best wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough to save him from the cold hands of death, Amara. It wasn't good enough.
Amanda, it's because God wanted it to be so. Look, nothing happens in this world without God's approval. Nothing.
Are you saying that God deliberately killed my father? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that. But you need to pull yourself together. No, I can't stand it when you cry. It breaks me. Stop. I can't stand it.
Gods of our land, I thank you for bringing back my son, the prince, to his fatherland. I thank you for guiding and protecting him throughout his years in the white man's land. And I continue to ask that you protect and guide him wherever he goes. My son,
Father,
you are welcome to your fatherland.
Thank you, Father.
My son, I'm so happy to have you back home.
Thank you, Mom.
Welcome home. Come here. You're welcome home.
Thank you, Mom. You know, I'm the happiest person in the world today. Having stayed abroad for years and still come back to meet all of you in good health is a thing of joy to me, and I give God all the glory.
Don't flatter us. Our hearts are full of joy. We're so glad to have you back, my son.
Thank you, Father.
May the gods of our land be
Glad to have you back. Uche.
Your Highness.
Go and inform the Ono. Ask him to inform other members of the Council of Elders that my son, the prince, is back to his fatherland. Tell him that I, King Nwachine Mere, the Agune Chamber 5th of Obama land, wants him and other members to come and celebrate with me at the palace tomorrow for the return of my son.
As your Highness wishes.
Mom, I hope you will prepare a very delicious ofonubu.
Forgot what? I prepared myself.
Mom, you did?
I will.
I cannot wait, please. I need it.
When your sister, the princess, comes back.
Wow, I can't wait to see her. Wow! Oh, sweet.
I'm done for today. I can't continue. I want to go and check my jump. I learned jump is out.
You mean you wrote jam?
I thought I told you.
Yes, but I was actually thinking you were joking. I never knew you meant it.
Me? Joke? Besides, this is the third time I'm sitting for jump. And in all my sittings, I have never scored anything below 300 in any course that I choose.
Really?
Oh, I want to go to school. Yes.
Why haven't you gained admission? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I forgot you don't have anybody to train you in school. But what's the essence of writing jam since there's no one to see you through school?
I trust God. I know the God that I serve. And I'm very positive that one day I'll go to school. I'll go to school. I know. I'll go to school.
Amen. It's okay. No problem. It's alright, my dear. But what if your score is low this time? I mean, you didn't get to the other one?
Me? Amanda? It can never be. Trust me, it can never be with capital letter. Let me run along. I'll see you tomorrow.
I forgot to ask you. How was your sales today?
Thank God you can see. I finished all the fruits I came out with.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
What a very nice girl with such good brain. I wish I have such brains. I really wish I have such brains.
My son, now that you're back, I want you to stay around me more often so that you can learn the affairs of the kingdom very well.
Obviously, Father. It's just that I do not really comprehend what that implies.
Very simple. I don't want you to be distracted by anything.
What's paramount on my mind now is to practice what I spent years abroad studying. That's the only thing I yearn for.
And the throne?
Father, you're still king, alive and kicking.
I know I am king. And I know I am alive and kicking just like you said. But there's something you're forgetting. Death. can come at any time.
Father, are you praying to die anytime soon?
No, but...
The throne will be well taken care of.
We always wish our children to be better than their father.
Nobody does it better than you, you know.
I have no power of my own. I have no power of my own. I confide in you, Holy Spirit of the Lord. I have no power of my own.
Mama!
Amanda, what is the excitement all about? Please tell me.
Mama, guess what? Guess.
Amanda, please leave me. I can't guess. But I know. Okay, you picked a bag of money. But let me tell you, if it is that, you're not bringing it into my house. You know that.
Mama, you know it's far from that. Okay. I didn't pick any bag, Mama. But just try and guess.
Amanda, you know I can't guess now. I can't guess. But all I know is that whatever it is that is exciting you this way must be a good news.
Mama! Okay.
It's a good news.
Wait.
Go, out with it.
It is not just for your ears only, but also for your eyes. Mama, my job result! I scored 350. 350 to study medicine and surgery, Mama. My name will come out in the merit list.
Oh my God. God, I thank you. God, I thank you.
Mama, I can't shout, Mama.
Hey. God, I thank you. I thank you for making my baby pass once again. I thank you, Lord, for not allowing her efforts to go in vain. Father, I thank you. Chimo. I'm all on you, Ejima. Dikeh, my baby.
Mama.
Wait first. My baby.
Mama.
I thank God for everything. But how are we going to fund this education of yours? How are we going to go about it? You know how it is now.
Mama, you worry too much. You worry too much. Have you forgotten that we have a living God? We have a God. He will provide, and besides, Mama, my fruit business is not doing badly. Mama.
God.
Ma, let me shout.
Come.
I'm coming.
God, I thank you. I thank you for giving me a daughter like this.
So that was the reason for the emergency meeting with the state government. Well, what was decided is that 500 million for each community. Certainly. It's part of the oil proceeds. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Your Highness, how did it go?
Oh, he didn't sound positive.
What do you mean he didn't sound positive?
Well, you know your son, he wants to practice all he learnt in the white man's land first.
And you accepted that?
You know your son is a very stubborn boy. Takes after you.
That is not the answer to my question.
Listen, Lolo, I don't want us to rush him so that we don't spoil everything.
I just hope you're handling it the right way.
Certainly.
Bam 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 bam.
Amanda.
Mama.
Amanda, I hope you remember all that I said to you last night.
Mama, your words are like sweet melodies. They will always remain in my heart. Mama, I can't forget them.
My baby.
Mama.
I love you.
Love you too, Mama.
Please, Amanda.
Mama.
Take good care of yourself.
Mama, I will.
Please come back early.
Yes, Mama.
Mama.
Yes, Mama. Your voice was heard in other. Mama, take care of yourself. Ah! Mama. Ah! Mama, what is it? Mama again. Mama again. Mama, wait now. Mama, what is it? Your head, what, Mama?
I don't know.
Water, okay, let me get you water. Mama. Okay.
Doctor, please, what's my mother's present condition?
Young girl, please listen to me. Calm down. We are very much in control of the situation.
Doctor, 3 years ago, a doctor said the same thing to my friend. And they ended up not going home with their father alive. Doctor, please, tell me the truth. Is my mother still alive?
Yes, your mother is still alive. But we have to act very fast to ensure that we do not lose her.
Doctor, this is the reason why I brought her here. Please, doctor, do anything, everything you can to save my mother's life. Please, I beg you, please. Please.
My dear.
Yes, doctor.
You have to make a cash deposit of 50,000 naira only, so that we will commence treatment immediately. Yes, 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. We are here to serve you. Young girl, I will advise you to go home and look for the money. The earlier the better.
Stop crying and pull yourself together. Crying will not do anything.
Well, you don't understand. Where do I get that amount of money from? Where do I get it from?
I understand everything. I understand everything perfectly well. But the point is, crying yourself this way you're doing it will not, crying will not solve anything for us. Do you think it will solve the problem?
I know. Paul, I wish I know. Where do I turn to? Who do I turn to for help? Who, Paul?
Can't you just try to call, let's say, your relatives, maybe your uncles, your mother's people?
I just tried my father's brother's line and that of his wife. They're not pulling through. They're not pulling through. What do I just do, Paul?
This is serious trouble. Okay, listen to me. Whether their number pulls through or not, I just want you to understand that nothing will happen to your mother. Yes, it's all about your fate.
Well, are you sure? Are you sure?
I don't really know what, but I have this strong belief that it would be. Listen, Amanda, there must be a way out. I can assure you of that. There must be a way out. Alright? All you need to do is just stop crying. Huh? It's not a time for you to cry, keep crying. This is that time when you need to be strong. Yes, you need to be strong. Listen, take it from me. There must be a way out of this problem. It's just
It's just that I don't know, but just believe me. There must be a way out of this situation, okay? Nothing would ever happen to your mother, Amanda. Just believe me. Bikono, just come.
It's about what's important to you, eh? What I feel and what's important to me does not count, eh?
You need to listen to your father.
Mother, you did not send me to study abroad to come back here and not practice what I studied.
You must not practice what you studied in school.
Exactly the same way I do not have to sit in this palace to understudy further before I can become king.
Frank, you need
Mother, please. I have an important appointment to catch up with. I need to go get ready for that. Biko.
Deposit of 50,000 naira I asked you to bring. And as it looks now, we need more money.
Doctor, please. You need to help me, doctor. It took me a whole lot to get that 30,000 naira that I brought to you, doctor. Okay, fine. Before you know it, doctor, I'll get the balance. I promise you, doctor, please.
My dear, it seems you don't understand what I'm saying here. Your mother's case is becoming more critical and we need more money. You have to deposit 150,000 naira more for us to carry out surgery on her.
Doctor, are you saying you did not commence treatment on my mother after I begged you to commence treatment, doctor?
My dear, we did. That is why we discovered she needs surgery. And very urgently in that matter. That is if you want her to live.
Please remember, when you get there, tell them I'll be there tomorrow. It's not possible for me to be there today.
No, tomorrow.
All right. That's fine. Yes.
God knows I won't go back to school today if I don't get the money I asked for.
Honey, are you being stingy or what?
What do you mean by that?
Give the poor girl the money she asked for.
Now, listen. 2 weeks ago, she was here for 100,000 naira, which I gave to her. And she's back here asking for another 100,000 naira. Do I mean money?
Daddy, I'm not asking for 100,000. I said 120,000.
Can you hear that?
Honey, you are more than that. Please give her the money.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, will you shut up there? You have to cut down on your expenses, okay?
All right. I don't have any cash on me right now. Now, when I get to the bank and come back, she can have the money.
Ah, are you not just the best daddy in the world? Bye, thank you, Daddy. Bye, Daddy.
You have to give me my 10%. Don't joke about it.
Mommy, I will tell Daddy you've been collecting money from me. 10%.
Thank you, Daddy.
You've been crying ever since you came out of that doctor's office. What is the problem? Amanda, keeping quiet will not solve anything for us. It will not help us. What is the current situation of things right now?
But they need 150,000 to conduct the surgery, as my mother would die. Huh? I went into that ward and saw my mother lying lifelessly with a life support in her nose.
Has he got into that? Using a life support?
But my father died because of money. Now I cannot save my mother because of the same money.
Amanda, stop blaming yourself now. It's not your fault.
It's my fault. It is my fault because if I had this money, all this nonsense wouldn't be happening. It's my fault.
You've been trying your best as a lady. I understand everything, but to be very honest with you, you have to help yourself. Just put yourself together. Everything will be all right.
Your Highness, you're not saying anything. Why are you being quiet over this issue?
Don't you think we are pushing this thing too hard? Don't you think we should give these boys some time?
There is no time. Do I need to remind you that it is your throne we are talking about here?
I know.
Then do something.
Do I also need to remind you that your son Frank is a stubborn person just like you? Listen, the Frank that I know will stop at nothing to achieve what he thinks.
He is our son. He has to obey us.
And he has the right to make his own decisions, remember?
I don't understand you anymore. May I ask you, on whose side are you?
It's not about on whose side I am. It's just that we shouldn't push this thing too hard. If not, we're going to make mistakes.
What nonsense mistake? By telling him what to do, what we think is right?
I just don't want us to make mistakes. That's all.
You are the lily of the valley. Oh, yes, you are the lily of the valley. And I love you so. I love you so. Daddy, I love you so. I love you so. Daddy, and I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so.
This is Mom's handwork.
Oh, the taste is super.
I'm proud of you, Mom.
Thank you. I'm glad you like the food.
I don't like it.
Huh?
I love it.
Well, I'm going to organize an award ceremony where we're going to celebrate her as the best cook in the whole world.
Well deserved, Dad.
My son.
Mom?
Why don't you reconsider what I and your father has been telling you?
Mom, please. I don't want to discuss anything that has to do with the throne now. Just give me peace to enjoy this fantastic meal.
When will you stop this stubborn nature of yours? Where your parents...
Mom, thank you for the food.
Frank!
Agnes, when will you learn to listen to me?
What did I do?
Oh, you didn't know what you did.
I just told him the truth.
You should know when to push and when to stop.
You mean your mother is at the hospital even as we speak right now?
Her condition is very critical and the doctor said she would die if the surgery is not conducted.
This is serious. Why are all these things happening to us now? Why?
Auntie, I don't know. I am tired myself. I don't know what else to do.
Why didn't you call me on phone? And why did you start coming? Who is looking after her there right now?
One nurse is looking after her, Uncle. I tried reaching you on phone, but your phone and Auntie's phones were switched off, so I decided to come.
It's a network problem, my dear. You see, our phones are on. It's a network problem. Hey.
All right. I'll give you all the money you need so that you can rush back immediately. I and my wife will be there tomorrow to see her. We have a very important appointment we're going to keep today. Now, when you get there, tell the doctor and all the nurses that they have to do everything they can to save her life. I'll pay all the bills.
Uncle, God will bless you. God will bless. God will bless. God will bless you.
Stop crying.
Uncle, thank you.
Amen.
Please, she'll be all right.
You have to go and get the money,
I'll
so
do
that she will go to the hospital. There's no time to waste.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Please.
You don't cry again. Okay?
It's well. It's well.
I understand how you feel. But please, I want you to calm down and talk to them where they will understand you better. I strongly believe that they will see reasons with you.
For how long will I keep talking to them? For how long? You don't know my parents, that's why you talk this way. They will stop at nothing until they have it their way. Especially my mom.
Then why don't you consider to what they have been telling you, sir?
What? I will never give in to that. As a matter of fact, I did not spend years abroad studying medicine to come and sacrifice it at the altar of becoming a king or learning how to be a king. I won't do that.
My prince, I don't think this is gonna be easy.
I know it won't be easy, and that's why I called you here. Ken, I need you to help me get a house agent. If you can do it yourself, fine. I need to move out of that palace into my own apartment.
You want a house?
Yes.
And you think this is the best time to do this?
Are you going to do this for me or should I get someone else?
Fine. I will do anything for you.
We're friends. I will definitely do anything for you.
One more thing, please. No member of my family should know about this. Please.
Okay, Chukwu. Why are you people doing this now? Huh? I just sent money to you people last week. Now you're asking. What I'm saying is I don't have money now. If I continue like this shop will go down. No. I don't have enough money now. How is Mama? Okay. What? Just tell her to keep praying now. Let me see how it goes. If there's something, I will call you back. What's the problem?
It's on the floor.
Sit down.
Papa, I am finished.
What is the problem?
This is too much for me. I cannot carry it again, Polo. I cannot carry this, you know.
What is it? What is the problem?
Hey.
Did your uncle not give you the money? Eh? Did your uncle not give you the money?
He gave me 200,000 naira.
Then we should be happy. It solves the problem.
Robert!
What?
Robert took it on my way. And also took my phone. Hey.
Holy Moses.
All I am confused. I don't know what to do.
What do we do?
I don't know what to do. If you know what to do, tell me. I don't know what to do.
This is serious problem. Okay, see. I think I know what to do.
What?
I have 40,000. But that's the only money I have. Maybe we'll go and get it. Then go to the hospital, give it to the doctor, and beg him to hold on to it while we look for money elsewhere.
Are you sure it will work? Are you sure? No.
I don't really know, but there's no harm in trying.
Why not? Let's go now.
Mama, get it, please. Take out my shop. I will be back, eh?
Yeah, Mama, get it, please. Take care of this stuff.
Hello? How did it go? I hope they didn't mess up the whole thing. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'll see you later today, okay? That's good.
Honey.
Yes.
What did they say?
Everything went as planned. They collected the money and even her phone.
Her phone?
Yes, her phone. I told them to collect her phone so that she can't make any call to us.
My husband, you are a genius. Hey! I like that. That's why I call you my honey. Hey!
I will meet them this evening to collect my 200,000 naira back. She has to go and look for money to treat her mother with.
Exactly. Yes. Hi.
Thank God. Doctor, Amanda was actually coming to this place with the 200,000 naira you requested. But she was robbed on her way to this place. We had to rally round to get this money. Though it's just only 40,000 naira. But believe me, we will go and rally round again. You know, look for somewhere to get more money from and give to you just to make it up. Please, we beg you to start the operation. I promise you, we will not fail you. We will not fail you.
Yes, ma.
Please.
You're just my last hope for my mother to live now, mommy. See, that my uncle that gave me 200,000 that the robbers took, he said he should do anything to save my mother, that he will be here tomorrow.
I'm sorry, there is nothing I can do now.
Doctor, you can do something. He said he will come and see you. I'm not joking.
Yes.
We lost her.
How do you mean you lost her? I don't understand.
Doctor, that is not something we joke with. Be serious, please. Just be serious.
Young man, put yourself together. As you can see, we tried all our best to save her, but it didn't work. She's dead.
Wait, you mean she's dead?
He's not picking his call.
What do you mean he's not picking his calls?
I told you to take it easy on this boy, but you wouldn't listen to me.
What did I do? See, we should be more concerned about his safety. Let it not be that he has run into some kind of trouble.
Oh, Frank is not in any trouble. He's not just happy with us.
It had better not be. Because I will not take it lightly with him if he's putting us through this emotional torture because we told him what to do.
There you go again. Always being too harsh and hasty with your decisions.
I don't care.
I'm going online to see if I could see any private hospitals I could get attached to before setting up something for myself. Because as it is now, I've seen it's a very...
And who was that?
My parents.
Come on, my prince. Ignoring their cause is not the best thing to do now.
I do not want to do your best thing. I want to do what is okay for me.
But at least pick up the call and let them know that you're fine.
Ken, you are sitting with me here. You know I am fine.
Okay, let me just speak.
I forbid you from taking my calls.
Alright, sorry, okay? Your mom is even calling me.
Do not take that call. It's a royal decree.
Now please, try and...
Ken,
where do I go to? Uncle, who do I turn to?
It's alright. It's alright, my daughter. You see, you will not die of what you are passing through in life. Eh? We all know how hard you tried in order to save your mother's life. We do.
Auntie, where did she go now? Why did she choose to go now? Why?
Amanda. It's alright. Stop crying and be strong. You don't have to question God. Please.
Please, mind what you say before you offend God. Don't worry. After the burial, you will join us.
You see?
Yes.
Daddy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's alright.
Stop crying now.
My brother, my king. May you live longer than all the years of all your predecessors put together. Wait. Why are you laughing? I expected to hear you say, Ise, just like every other king in Igbo land. And here you are laughing. Pardon me. Ise. But, Mbakwe, my brother, this your prayer is too much. All the years of all my ancestors put together, believe me, that is exactly how I feel.
That is Methuselah. But anyway, thank you very much. And so, how was your trip?
Oh, I thank the gods. My trip was hitch-free. So, how is your household?
Well, the queen is fine. The princess has not returned from school.
And what about the prince? You told me he has returned to his fatherland.
Yes, he's actually back. But in the past 3 days, I haven't set my eyes on him. I don't even know his whereabouts. And I'm beginning to get very worried.
This is serious.
Indeed, very serious.
Have you consulted the SMO on this?
Well, the gods have been silent on the whole situation.
I don't understand what you mean.
The SMO says the prince's destination is not known, but he assured me that the prince is still alive.
Where could he be?
If I had an answer to that question, I wouldn't be sitting here brooding.
Good afternoon. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
You're looking so good. I'm very happy for you. You're looking so bright today.
Thank God for his mercies. Paul, I came with my sister. I just came to say thank you very much. I don't know how to pay you back for everything you've been doing for me. So I want to say may God bless you mightily. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. But listen, I want you to understand that I did what I was supposed to do.
Ah, that's not true, Paul. Not everyone will do what you've been doing for my sister. Thank you very much. God will bless you.
Amen.
I'll be going to live with my uncle and his family.
Wow. That's good news. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. Though I'll miss you a lot.
Ah. You're free to visit anytime you want. No one will stop you.
Seriously? Yeah. No problem. Thank you. What do I offer you girls?
I'll take malt.
Okay. Come on. What's it? So,
I don't want anything.
I know what it is. I'll be back.
Oh no, calm down. Calm down.
Your Highness, these people are taking us for granted.
The best thing for us to do is not to go to war. At least not at this time. That's not the best thing for us to do.
Huh? These people of Eziala, they are seriously daring us. They think we are not up to anything. We cannot do them anything. Huh? I suggest we unleash our warriors on them.
Oh, hold your peace, oh no. We're not warmongers. The best thing for us to do now is to send words to their king so that he will tell his people not to encroach on that land, or we shall not be responsible for what will happen to them after now.
But you have sent words to them twice. Huh? Sending the text message will seem as if it will give them the impression that we are afraid of them. Are we cowards?
Oh no,
I understand your feeling. But the people will pay with their blood if they're going to dare us this time around. Listen, one thing I want you to understand is that even the gods will stand by us if we go to war with them after sending message to them 3 consecutive times. So calm down.
Okay. You have said so. It's all right. I'll take you by your word.
It's okay.
I'm going.
Take it easy, please.
It's okay.
I really miss the prince in this palace. He's such a nice person. Very humble and down to earth.
But he's also stubborn.
What do you mean by that?
Why did he leave the palace against his parents' wish? What do we call that?
Who told you left the palace against his parents' wish? Who told you that? How do you mean by that? Please ask how.
Are you too new in this palace? So you girls don't know that the prince left this palace because his parents want him to learn the customs and traditions of this kingdom so that he can be a good king when he finally becomes one.
My dear, I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that the prince is a very nice person. And I really miss his presence in this palace. Ada. One day, this your mouth put up in one day. Just mark my word.
Hello. My husband. Now we have her in our house. What do you think we do to her?
Let's give her some time before we end her up. I don't want anyone to suspect us at all.
No. No one will suspect us if anything happens to her. People will say that she died out of shock.
Shock?
Yes. Shock of her parents' death. People may even say that they committed some kind of abomination and the gods of our land killed all of them.
I think you're right. Considering the way their parents died, abide your idea. Definitely abide your idea. I think you have a better way of getting this executed.
Why not?
Good day, Dad. Good day, Mom.
Good day. Where are both of you up to?
I want to go to the mall to buy some personal things, Dad.
I hope you girls are done with the cooking, eh?
Yes, Mom. The dining is set already.
Oh, I see. You can then go to the mall and buy whatever you want to buy while we go for our lunch.
Yes, Dad.
These children, eh?
Whoa, Keno.
How are you?
I'm good. What's up now?
I'm fine. Remember you told me you wanted to get a place where you can build your hospital, right?
Have you found a place?
Yes, I found the place. And it's not just an empty land. It has a beautiful structure in it.
Are you serious?
And I know you will like it.
Oh, God. Can you see you're an example of a true friend?
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So when are we going to check this place out?
Anytime. If you want it now, let's go.
You're sure serious?
And the price is very, very cheap.
Fantastic.
You will like it, I swear you will like it.
Whoa! This calls for celebration. We have to pop to this.
That's fine, I'm okay. Give me a bottle of champagne.
A bottle of champagne, sure. You have any issues?
Whoa!
My God, I am so sorry. My princess.
You can call me by my name. I don't have a problem with that.
No. You deserve the honor, my dear. I mean, do you know people wouldn't know how rich and affluent your father is until they visit the palace?
Well, you're just telling me.
I mean, my last visit to the palace was simply amazing. You know, the palace is so magnificent, beautiful, with maids at your service anytime you call for them. You're so lucky, you're blessed, my dear.
Thank you so much, my dear friend.
You're welcome. So, to the most important discussion. When am I meeting your brother?
about that. He's not around at the moment, but he'll be back soon.
Okay, but please tell him to keep the good days he brought from overseas. From the first thing to the last thing he brought. I don't want to hear that I lost out on anything.
Wicked people, wicked soul. Onya jamanu, onya kwensu jalala. Onya jamanu, onya kwensu jalala. One question for you. This character is for what? Okay, good, good. This behavior is for what? Okay, good, good. Okay, good, good. You have killed me just because of money. You have killed me just because of money. Oh, just because of money. Okay, good, good. Can you tell your money? Okay, good, good. Oh, you're for job. Just because of money. Greediness, just because of money. Dangerous family, look at them, they pretend wicked people. That's a wicked family, wicked people. Husband is wicked, the wife is bad. That's a wicked people, wicked soul. That's a one question for you. This character is for what? Okay, good, good. This behavior is for what? Okay, good, good. Okay, good, good. Just because of money. You have killed me just because of money. Wicked people, wicked soul. Onya jamanu, onya kwensu jalala. Onya jamanu, onya kwensu jalala.
Wow. Doris, your seat. Amanda, no, that's your seat, huh? Amara. Yeah. Yeah, no, here.
Wow, this is looking delicious. Like
Why did you choose our private parlor for this nice dinner?
Honey, today is World Women's Day. I decided to prepare this special dinner for all of you. Just to give you all that motherly treat, you know.
Okay. Well, I am glad I'm home to enjoy this meal. Thank God I did not miss it for anything.
Oh, the aroma of this food is so inviting. And I want to test it. Come on, Amanda, you pray for us.
Let's pray. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Father, we thank you for life. We thank you for this food before us. As we eat, oh God, may we eat life. That your name alone will be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
place the spoon, sir.
Okay, I have mine first. Daddy? Yes.
You just behave like the tortoise.
Father! I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, let's eat.
You wanna eat your food?
Stop doing that.
This is nice. This is good. You like it?
Mom, this is super nice. This is nice.
Exactly what women's do. Hope you're all enjoying the food.
Yes, Daddy.
I have tried so much to know his whereabouts, but all my efforts have proved abortive. He's not even picking any of our calls.
But Father, are you sure that you and Mother did not do any other thing apart from what you told me?
I am the king, my daughter. I have no reason to lie to you. Moreover, your mother has been too harsh these last days.
But you people should have listened to him now. If possibly, give him a little break.
By the gods, I pray that he's safe wherever he is at the moment.
My brother is fine. He's doing very good.
Did you see him?
Yes. I was with him in his house a few days ago before I came back from school.
Did you just say his house?
I will take you there. But Father, you have to promise me that you won't do anything that will make him get upset with me.
Listen, you don't have anything to worry about. Just take me there.
What coup are you both planning?
Planning on how to dethrone you and make me the next queen of this kingdom.
That is great. I wish both of you good luck. Now, the future queen of our kingdom, you may leave my room.
I'll see you later.
Be careful with your life. Be careful with your life. This life This life is not bread and butter. Be careful with your life. As you made your bed, so you will lie on it. Be careful with your life. Be careful with your life. This life, na jeje. Talk right and God go answer you. My God is never late. My God is never late.
Amanda, are you still alive?
Hey, Mommy, good morning.
Are you alright? Huh? Are you alright?
Yes, Mommy. I'm sorry I was so weak and I overslept. I'm sorry to happen again.
Right. It's alright, eh? I just decided to check up on you. It's alright. Join me in the kitchen later.
No, let me just say my morning prayers. I'll join you in the kitchen.
It's okay.
Nice place.
Yes. Yeah, look at that.
Nice taste,
Very nice.
My prince.
Father, you're here.
Well, I'm here.
Good morning, my prince.
Good morning. You know, I'm very angry with the princess for...
My prince, I'm very sorry. Please forgive me, but I had to do it.
Are you so angry with me that you will get mad at your sister for bringing me to your house?
I'm sorry, Father. How is my mom?
She's doing fine. So, you run away from your home because of a little situation. That's not the mark of a great king.
Father, I did not wake up this morning with the intention of discussing anything about the throne or royalty.
Anyway, one thing I know is that you cannot run away from it. However, I came here to tell you that I am solidly behind you and in support of your dream of saving lives.
Really?
Listen, Frank. You can practice what you studied abroad.
My Highness, are you serious?
Thank you, Father. Thank you for supporting my dreams. I appreciate it.
Well, I think this calls for celebration, and we're going to do just that.
Nice place you have here. You have taste like your father.
Anthony, why are you so moody? You look so moody. Your face is not good. What is the matter?
You cannot believe what happened.
Now tell me what happened.
Amanda. Amanda is still alive.
You mean Amanda is still alive as I speak with you right now?
I'm just coming out from her room. She's still alive.
I can't believe this. Now, let me ask you. Did you add the correct quantity of the substance I gave to you in her food?
Have you forgotten? I personally cooked, dished, and served everybody their food last night. I think something is seriously wrong somewhere. But, Nai, are you sure Ezudele gave you the right substance?
No, don't talk that way. Listen, Ezudele has been our man in this kind of job all this while. He cannot fail us this time. No, he can't.
Then, I think there is more to this. There is.
Okay, you see what happens? You will add this same substance, more of it in her food next time.
That will be in the night. Because she and Amara are already in the kitchen preparing breakfast. And you said the entire family will eat out this afternoon.
Okay. Let it be at night then.
But where is Doris?
She's already in her room sleeping.
Sleeping up to this time?
Well, the prince has gotten himself a new place. And he'll be opening his new hospital soon.
How did the king get this information?
I saw things for myself today.
Yes, Mom. We are just coming back from his house. I took father there to confirm that my brother, the prince, is still alive.
You mean all this while? You knew that the prince was alive and you never thought it wise to tell us?
Oh, calm down, Lolo.
I should calm down?
Yes, just calm down. What is important is that the prince is alive and in good health too. Don't lay blame on the poor girl. Oh, yes, Uche.
Your Highness, the Onowu is here to see you.
Where is he?
He's right outside, Your Highness.
Okay, tell him I'll be with him shortly.
As Your Highness wishes.
Now that we have established the fact that the prince is alive, I think he needs to take a wife.
Mom?
Oh no,
Your Highness.
whatever it is that made you leave your business to come to the palace at this time must be very important. Tell me, what is it?
Your Highness, I'm not here for the people of Eziala or about the land.
Oh, so what brings you to the palace?
Yes, Your Highness, it's your son, the prince. Since he returned, he has not done the Thanksgiving sacrifice he's supposed to do to the gods. And the gods are angry with him.
Oh no, I know you to be a very, very good friend to the royal family. But I want to ask, are you still that Onowu that I know? That friendly, loyal Onowu that I know?
Your Highness, my king, I don't understand that your question.
I'm just wondering when the Onowu became the mouthpiece of the Ezemo to know when the gods are angry with someone.
Your Highness, this morning I went to the shrine for some consultations for the problems I have. It was there I saw Ezemo and he gave me this message that the gods are angry with your son, the prince.
Well, okay. I will discuss with my son and he will do what he's supposed to do.
That's good, Your Highness. But remember, I'm still don't know who you know. I've not changed. I'm concretely, vehemently, and solidly behind you.
No, honestly, yeah, there was a delay, but I'll do it today, yes. I'll make sure I go to the bank today and make the payment. Not to worry, okay then, Man, kiddo!
My praise.
What's up?
Well,
You look very happy. Today must be a good day, man. Today is already great. You know what? My father, King Agunechemba V, was in my house today.
Your dad?
Yes.
Came here? Are you joking? How did he get to find out this place?
My little sister brought him. And guess what?
What is the good news? Tell me. What?
My dad is now in full support of what I do. He gave me his blessings.
It's a lie. Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you.
Wow! Are you kidding me?
I'm not lying to you.
Wow! Are you serious?
Yes. I'm telling you the truth. I was shocked.
This is really a good news. Yes. This is awesome.
It is.
And I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I thank God you're here now. Let me run along and change it to something better so we can rush it back before it's end of banking day.
Your dad came here.
My dad just left here.
So how did it go? The meeting? Oh. Oh, sorry, please, I'll call you later.
The gods are not happy with our son.
Who is the bearer of such bad message?
Do you know who was here, remember?
When did he become the messenger of the gods?
Well, it's not it. He said he went to the shrine for something personal and very important. And the SMO gave him this message for us.
Did he tell you why the gods are angry with our son?
Well, the prince has not performed his personal Thanksgiving sacrifice to the gods since his return.
What do we do, my king?
The prince has got to do what he has to do. I don't want us to attract the wrath of the gods.
Wicked people, wicked souls. Onya jamadu, onya kwensu jalala. Onya jamadu, onya kwensu jalala. One question for you. This character is for what?
That girl is a witch. Do you know that she is still alive?
I was at Ezudele's shrine earlier today.
So, what did he say?
He cannot harm her. There is a particular spirit that is following her about.
If Ezudele cannot kill her, then try some other place.
I would have done that if it were possible.
Then what do we do? If we must to own everything about that company, that girl must be out of the way. Yes.
I am still thinking of what to do. But she cannot stop me from being the owner of that company.
Then act fast before she gets to know the real truth about the company.
She can never get to know the truth.
Wham! I like that.
Wicked people. Husband is wicked. The wife is bad.
No, but really, I didn't see what you were doing here. And then, as I was saying, he actually came for my party, which was really, really fun.
Not to go.
That guy was absolutely too short.
Oh
my God! No. Let me
so
show you a
naughty.
picture. This is him.
OMG! What is that?
Okay, wait. Let me show you another video so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
This is another one.
Oh my God! That's so funny.
This is just a video. Let me show you a picture.
Oh
then
my
you
God.
understand what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
Take a look at this.
Oh my God!
Midget, my God!
And he asked you out.
Princess, he sent for me.
Oh yes, Grace. Go to the kitchen and tell them to prepare noodles for me.
Okay. Will you be needing any other thing?
No, my dear.
All right. Just give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Seriously, my princess, if I may ask, why did you decide to study in the country when your parents can actually afford you studying abroad like your brother?
Well, I love studying in this country. Besides, I love being around my parents always.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I were in your shoes, trust me, I would be the one studying abroad. I mean, what the hell am I doing in this country? No, but of course I'm serious. What will I be doing here? This country is... Okay, I shouldn't say that. I'm a patriotic citizen.
You bet. Well, everyone is different.
That's your brother?
Oh, yes, that's my brother.
Oh, he's coming. Oh, he's coming this way. God.
Hey, little sis. Baby sis.
welcome, big brother.
Thank you, darling sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How was your trip?
My trip was good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pardon my manners. Meet Doris, my friend and classmate.
Oh.
Doris, meet my brother, elder brother, Prince Frank.
Well, it's really a pleasure meeting you.
The pleasure is mine. You're welcome to my home.
Thank you.
So, little sis, where are they? I mean, dad and mom.
Father went out and mom is inside. But brother, no, I'm no longer a little girl. I'm not a big girl.
You will always be my baby sister. Okay, let me see mom and dad. Okay?
Okay.
All right, take care.
All right.
Welcome again.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, your brother is so cute for ages. My God. And he's so humble and down to earth.
Well, that's my brother for you. Someone is tripping.
Of course I am tripping. I'm tripping, trust me.
Oh, there you are. Welcome, my son.
Thank you, Father. The urgency in your voice when you called me made me abandon everything I was doing to rush.
Yes.
I hope everything is okay.
The wrath of the gods may fall on this family anytime if the right thing is not done.
The gods, you said? Anyway, what right thing are you talking about?
You were expected to have performed your personal Thanksgiving sacrifice to the gods since your return. But that you haven't done. And the gods are not happy with you.
And how did you know the gods are not happy with me?
Frank, this is not funny. Anyway, Daisy must send this message through your know.
Father, I am a Christian and I do not subscribe to idol worship.
Did I just hear?
I did not have water in my mouth when I spoke. If there's nothing else you want to discuss with me, I beg to take my leave.
Listen, son. There are limits one must not go beyond. There are limits you must not surpass. This is one of them. Anyway, your mother went out and she wants you to wait for her till she returns.
Who is greater than Jehovah, Lord divine? There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine. Excellent Jehovah, marvelous Jehovah. There is no one greater than... Welcome, Mom.
Amanda, what are you doing with my clothes?
I am washing them, Mommy.
Did I ask you to wash my own clothes? Don't I have hands to wash it?
I'm sorry, Mom, but
Let it be the very last time you touch any of my belongings. Do I make myself clear? I said, do I make myself clear? Wash clothes.
You mean Mom did that?
Amara, it's very difficult to believe, but that's the truth.
Are you having any problem with her?
Me? Have a problem with someone I call mother? Someone that is taking care of me and feeding me? Why would I have an issue with her?
I don't. This is very strange. I don't just understand.
It is indeed. I am not comfortable. I'm not comfortable at all.
Don't worry. Everything will be sorted out, okay?
Do what your father asks you to do.
Mother, I know you and Father mean well for me. But the truth is, what you are asking me to do is something I could never do.
My prince, please just listen to what they are telling you. I really don't see anything with it.
You may not see anything wrong with it, but I do. I cannot bring myself to do what they are asking me to do.
What is wrong with you? Why are you being so stubborn? Do you want to attract the wrath of the gods upon this family?
The wrath of the gods?
Yes!
Mom, I thought this was a Christian family. What are we even talking about?
Will you keep quiet and listen to us for once? This is tradition. And as the king, it is my duty to preserve and protect the customs and traditions of our people.
My prince, please, just do it and save us this trouble. Please.
Father, if I knew this was the reason you invited me here, you would not have seen me.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of the womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us now sinners and the hour of our death. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you. Mommy!
If I ever hear that money from your mouth again, I will teach you a lesson that will take you to the grave. Stupid girl!
Mommy, good morning.
No. Just keep that breathing, your coarse breathing to yourself. Look at the time. 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and you are still here praying. Will you go to the kitchen and do something meaningful? Come on, get out of this place now! Right away! Just go!
Sorry, Mommy.
Sorry for yourself. Just look at.
My prince, I think it's high time you listen to your parents. Consider what they have been telling you.
Why is this so difficult for you all to grasp? Why is it difficult for all of you to understand that I cannot do what you want me to do?
My prince, we're talking about our tradition here. You are the future king of our land.
Have you taken time out to explain the implication of his actions to him?
Yes, I did. But he won't even listen to any of our explanations. Please, my brother. That's why I want you to talk to him. Maybe he will listen to you.
It's all right. I will make out time to talk to him, okay?
But please, you need to explain to him the consequences of him not doing what he's supposed to do.
You can count on me. I will do just that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
intentional.
You poured juice on me.
Hey, it wasn't intentional, Daddy, now.
Will you get out of my sight, you shameless animal? Get out! What kind of nonsense is this? I have no respect for any man.
Father, I saw everything that happened. That was rather too harsh.
What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Can't you see my dress?
Father, that was a mistake. I mean, anybody could have made such mistake. I'm not sure she did that intentionally.
Now, go and get me something to clean up this mess.
What is this heavy burden that has made my loving and caring father not to notice the presence of his lovely princess?
My princess, the life of a man is full of worries, and uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
Is this head not strong enough to carry the crown? My father, the king, is equal to any situation.
Not when my hands are tied. This time around, blood is involved. Your brother wants to destroy all of us.
Father, is there nothing that could be done?
Chances of a way out are 50-50.
If there is a way out, then why disturb yourself?
My daughter, you don't understand everything. Some things are deeper than you think.
Father, do not give me the impression that you are no longer the fearless king I used to know. Agune Chamber, the 5th of Obama Kingdom, the lion himself.
You sure do have a way of lighting up the fire of happiness in me. May the gods bless the day you were conceived.
You see. Anyways, Father, I checked on you in the living room and I didn't see you. So I decided to come here to your private living room. Lunch is served. Shall we?
Hey. What a pleasant surprise. Mom, welcome.
Your Majesty, you're welcome, ma.
Thank you very much. Frank, why are you bent on destroying yourself and the entire family?
Mom, please, can we go inside and talk about...
I did not come here to be entertained by you. I came to find out why you don't want to do what you wanted to do.
Mom, if your reason for coming here is to go on about how you want me to still go ahead with the sacrifices to your gods, then please, I have an important appointment to catch up with. And I'm on my way.
Welcome, Paul.
Thank you very much. I can see your uncle and his wife are really taking good care of you. They are looking very good. Amara, God will bless you people so much. God will bless your family so much.
Thank you very much. She deserves the best.
Seriously, I don't know what I would have done without this family. They have really transformed me.
Yeah. I am so happy that all of you are living in peace.
Yes.
I am so happy. Amara, how are your parents?
They're fine.
Yes, Daddy is out and Mommy is inside.
So how is business?
We'll be managing though.
Did you say managing? You're selling.
We're trying now.
See how far you're looking. You're selling your managing.
You know how it is in the village now. It's not been easy. That's good.
Mom, what's the meaning of all this? One more word from you and you will regret ever having me as your mother. Dear Amanda, so you not bring me into this house, right?
No, ma.
Will you shut that thing you call your mouth before I shut it for you? Look, you he-goat. You don't have any atom of fear in you. And let me warn you, let this be the last time you will set this your feet in this compound. Because if you try it again, honestly, you will regret ever having me. I'm sorry. You're sorry for yourself. Will you get out of this compound this minute? Get out!
They bent on dragging the name of this family in the mud. I don't get it.
I can see the hand of the enemy at work. Let's not give them room to destroy us, please.
What I'm not certain about is if the gods will let me perform the sacrifice on his behalf. What if the gods don't accept the sacrifice?
Your Highness, let's be positive for now. I have a strong feeling that everything will work out in our favor. Please.
So you have grown wings to the extent that you have the guts, the effrontery, the impunity, the audacity to bring men into my own house, eh?
Daddy, Paul is just an ordinary friend. There's nothing between us, Daddy.
Ordinary?
Yes, Daddy.
You are calling me a liar.
Hey.
My husband. Amanda is looking at me directly in my face and calling me a liar right before you. Can you imagine that?
I did not call you a liar. Daddy, I did not call her a liar. They said she's lying, I did not call her a liar, Daddy. I did not call her a liar.
So you want to live the type of stupid life your dead parents taught you in my own house here? Now, today.
Daddy, it will not happen again, I promise. Daddy, I promise. Daddy, I promise. Daddy, I promise.
You can never practice that your prostitution in this house.
I don't know why they unleash such punishment on you.
Mommy painted a very different picture of what happened.
I know. And I'm sorry. Please stop crying.
I don't know what I've done to deserve this kind of punishment. What have I done?
Linda, you are breaking me. Stop crying, okay? Wipe your tears. Wipe your tears. Everything will be fine.
My husband, I don't think we need to be very comfortable with what Ezudele told us. We have to look for a way to keep that girl where she belongs before it becomes late for both of us.
And what do you want us to do?
Look for another stronger native doctor that can do the job for us. Yes.
Father, what did she ever do to you that make you unleash such wickedness on her? What?
And what gave you the right to stand before me, your father, and utter such rubbish?
That she's innocent. She didn't do what Mom accused her of. Mom told you a completely different story for what really happened.
How dare you utter such rubbish? How dare you call your mother a liar before me?
Amara, you have grown wings, right? To call your own mother a liar. Hey, Amara, I don't blame you. Just because of a nobody.
And when next you have this voice, you will ever regret it.
Go ahead. Hit me. Slap me. But it will not stop me from telling you the truth.
You see, I just told you. We must look for a way to solve this problem before it becomes too late. We just have to.
Your father and your uncle went to perform sacrifice on your behalf.
On whose behalf?
On your behalf, Frank.
Mom, I thought we were Christians.
Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give God what belongs to God. Even Jesus Christ said it in the Bible.
Mom, you are misinterpreting the Bible.
Frank, are you the one that wrote the Bible? I'm asking you.
Can we just please stop all this Bible thing?
Talk to your brother.
No, my dear sister. Our parents are on the wrong path and it's our responsibility to bring them back and tell them the truth.
If you open your mouth to utter such rubbish again, I swear to God, I will shut it up for you. What is wrong with you? What do you know?
Mother, please calm down. Calm down.
Instead of you to be praying so that the gods will accept your sacrifice, you're here telling me rubbish. Just open your mouth and see what I will do to you. Nonsense. What do you even know?
But I'll keep saying it.
What's going on?
Good afternoon. I didn't know you were around.
What are you doing there?
Nothing. I was just trying to...
First, it was Grace. And now you. I'll deal with you later. Now get out of this place. What is wrong with the maids in this palace? Always eavesdropping on the king's conversation. Now I get it. This must be Gracie's handwork. Anyway, I know how to handle them one after the other.
Hello, manager. Yeah. That customer I told you of yesterday, did he pay in the money? Why didn't you pay it into the account? All right. Just keep the money in the office. I'll be there in the morning and we shall see. And I'll tell you what to do with the money. Okay? That's good.
Hi, Dad. Good afternoon, Daddy.
Amanda.
Daddy.
How was your day?
It was good.
Okay, that's fine. You're welcome.
Dad,
Yes.
that reminds me. I ran into my father's lawyer today and he said something very strange to me, Daddy.
The only lawyer I know your father had is Bernard. And I know he traveled out of this country even before your father died.
Yes, Daddy. He is the one. He said he returned a few days ago.
And what did he tell you?
Daddy, he said that my father owns 80% shares of your company and that he also has 2 tenant houses in your possessions that he never wanted I and my mom to know until I get married.
But Sir Bernard told you all these?
Yes, Dad.
And what did you say to him?
I did not say anything to him because the whole thing sounded very strange to me, Dad. Yes.
This sounds very funny. Because there's nothing like that anywhere.
Okay, Dad. Let me just go up and have a shower.
Okay, go on, freshen up.
All right, Daddy.
This behavior is for what
You knew Amanda said all that to you today. Hey!
What I have told you happened just a few minutes ago.
But I told you we need to do something, but you wouldn't listen to me.
Well,
I met another native doctor today. And he said exactly the same thing Ezudele said.
We will not continue to listen to all they are saying. We must do something, or we will get ready to lose everything to that girl.
No. Not as long as I live.
my son, like everything under the sun, there's always a time and a season for everything. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to laugh, and a time to cry.
Dad, I've read that somewhere in the Bible. What I do not understand is why you're using it now.
You know, I have watched you grow from that little boy running around the palace gardens to this full-grown man sitting with me here in the palace garden. And I can truly beat my chest that you're a true son of your father. But let me ask you, do you lack anything?
Dad, your wisdom is sure greater than mine. Please spare me this curiosity. What are you driving at?
My son, you have everything you need in life. Except one thing. A bride. Why have you not taken a bride?
You see, Dad, I remember vividly you once told me that marriage is an institution, and those who go in without preparation are bound to fail. I do not want to fail. That is why I haven't taken a bride, because I'm not yet prepared.
Retentive wisdom, eh?
What other preparation do you need? Your father married at the age of 28. You are now 30. Yet you keep telling me about not being prepared.
Mom, why are you and father going on about marriage lately? What's with it? A while ago, it was father telling me exactly the same thing out there, and now you have started your own.
We want the best for you. You are our only son, the future hope of this royal family. Your father needs a grandchild.
Mother, a wife is not a commodity you go into the market and pick. You need to find a woman, study her, settle down to get to know who she is before marrying her.
I have not seen you with any since you came back.
My point exactly. Women of these days are after money and power. I need to take my time to get a good girl from a good home, understand who she is, and make sure she loves me for me and not for my status or what she stands to gain.
Okay, you're right there. In that case, what's her name? Doris, your sister's friend, would be a perfect match. I've watched her closely. She's decent, from a decent home. What do you think?
Grace, what happened last night? You didn't come as we planned.
I'm very sorry. You know, I had to wait for the other maids to go to sleep. And during the process, I slept off too. Please, I'm very sorry.
You are sorry? That you had to keep me awake all night waiting for you.
I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. It won't happen again, I promise.
It had better not happen again, because it is in your own interest. Great.
Okay. So,
how did it go?
My parents want me to get married as soon as possible. They say I have all it takes.
Oh yes, I think they are right. You see, I have always wanted to mention this to you, but I kept quiet because I don't know how you will feel about it.
Ken, of course marriage is a fantastic thing, it's a wonderful thing. The problem I'm having is I want to take my time to search and find a very good girl. Marriage is not something I want to make a mistake in.
My prince, let me tell you something. There is no perfect woman out there. Just as there is no perfect man too. The both parties must help build each other into perfection. Okay?
I'm surprised you have begun to think like this.
You see, this is the reason I never wanted to mention this to you. Because I know you will never be positive about it.
On the contrary, I am. Yes, my mother suggested someone to me. She's my sister's friend, and I think I like her.
You for real? Wow. Tell me you're joking.
Ken, I cannot joke with something as serious as this.
I have to drink to this. Cheers, mate.
Grace, where have you been?
I've been around. Or did anyone look for me?
If you've actually been around like you said, why are you asking if anybody asked of you?
Oh, well, I went to Chase's room to fix my phone, fix my phone.
Anyway, the queen demands your presence immediately.
The queen?
Are you sure you saw both of them together?
No, but I saw her sneaking out from his room. And with the look on her face, I knew there was something fishy.
I always know that girl is a very bad girl.
I wish I can find out what the both of them are up to.
I really wish it's not what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
Don't worry. Let's just go back to what we're doing, okay?
Wakey, wakey. Time for breakfast. Wake up. Good morning, my prince. And how was your night?
It was great. Good morning.
Breakfast is ready.
Breakfast in bed.
Yes. Please permit me to feed you, my prince. I bet it's going to be a wonderful experience.
You think so?
I don't think so. I know so.
I haven't brushed, so I need to go freshen up.
Oh.
I'll be back soon.
I'm still waiting. Are you not done? I'm still waiting.
Paul, I just came officially to apologize to you for what my uncle's wife did to you the last time you visited. Please forgive me. Please.
Amanda, you mean you came all the way down here just to apologize to me? Amanda, listen to me. There is no reason for you to apologize. You did not do anything to me. So, there's no need for the apology.
Was it not because of me she insulted you? Was it not because of me? So why won't I apologize?
I understand. But listen, that is part of life. Though, I didn't expect her to act the way she did. Anyway, how are you doing?
It's not been easy, but I'm fine. God has been faithful. You see, I would have come since to see you, but I don't know how you react when you see me. That's why I refused coming.
Like I said before, I don't have anything against you. Okay? And you are free to come here and visit me anytime, any day. And listen, you can ask of any help you want from me. As long as I can render the help, I will. Okay?
Thank you very much. Paul, thank you very much. You see this God? This God will bless you for me. Because of me, God will bless you.
Amen. And he will bless you too.
Amen.
So, what do I offer you?
Water.
What did you say? Listen to me. Nothing like water today. You must take something.
look hot.
You like?
I love. This is beautiful.
Thank you very much. And you look absolutely handsome.
Miss Linda. Are you serious? Okay, just handle the situation. I'll be there immediately. I'm coming immediately, okay? Yeah.
Don't tell me you're leaving immediately.
Honey, I have to rush. There's an emergency at the hospital, please.
Frank, you know I really need...
I am begging you. Someone's life is on the line, please, okay?
But I really need... I will soon become his wife. Mother, I will soon become royalty.
That's interesting to know. But tell me, has he proposed to you?
Well, no, he hasn't. But Mom, you know, each time he looks at me, when he looks into my eyes, I see this burning fire of love. Mom, it is so hot that I feel it from afar. Mother, he will soon propose to me.
I have no doubt that you are so much in love with him.
Yes,
Mom. And I pray that it works out for both of you.
Mother, amen and amen. So, where is everybody?
Your father and Amara went out to get something. They will soon be back.
And Amanda, where is she?
That witch. Maybe she must have gone out to see one of her numerous boyfriends. Very soon, I will keep her where she belongs. Oh.
I don't understand why you are calling her a witch. Why would you refer to her as a witch, Mother?
Amanda is evil. Do you know she is responsible for the death of her parents? Yes! Amanda killed her parents, and she will not deny it.
Wait. Mother, do you know the implication of what you are saying?
Doris, you will not understand now. When the time comes, you will understand. Don't worry. Don't worry. But anyway, forget about Amanda. Tell me more of your husband to be, eh? Come on, cheer up. Look at you.
So, son, how is it going?
Going fine, Father. We're still getting to know ourselves. So far, so good, no problem.
Go ahead and tell her she's a good girl. Stop all this pretense.
Mom, I never told you she was a bad person.
Well, so what is stopping you from proposing to her?
Father.
There is no time. We want you to get married as soon as possible.
Mother, I know. But marriage is a lifetime commitment. I'm still taking my time to get to know the kind of woman she is. I don't want to make mistakes.
Well, I think I agree with you on that. So I'll support you. Anyway, don't keep us waiting for too long.
No, I won't. Mom, I'm hungry, famished.
Don't worry. The maid will soon serve lunch.
Okay, good.
So, smart to man. Smart to man, what when I
I'm very sorry I came a little bit late. You know, I was waiting for everybody to go to sleep. If I could start coming.
It's okay, Grace. You don't need to be sorry. You're here now. You see, tonight, I'm gonna make you feel something you've never felt in your entire life.
Oh, wow. Seriously.
I'm gonna make you scream my name.
Aww. Can you really do that? Like,
of course I will.
Make me feel that way.
Who is that?
It's me and Dad. Please come and open the door for me.
I thought you said they were all gone to bed.
Everyone was asleep when I left. But what would she be doing at this time of night?
Uche, please come and open the door. I don't want anybody to see me. Come and open the door.
Grace, go to the toilet.
I'm coming.
took you so long to open the door?
You see, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting you tonight, that's why.
And you're not happy to see me tonight?
Oh, come on. Seriously, I'm happy. Yeah, just that I'm so tired.
Lord have mercy. What type of temptation is this? This girl will not kill me in this house. No, I actually woke up to go urinate.
Prince, I'm very cold.
You're cold?
Yes.
Okay, let me turn off the AC.
No. It's fine. Just leave the AC. I just want you to hold me.
What did you say?
I just want you to hold me. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Just calm.
Hello, Miss Mercy. Yeah, what is it?
There is an emergency here, sir. The woman in a private ward 4 is in a critical state now, sir.
Okay, I'll be there right away, okay? Alright.
And where are you going to again? What is wrong with you, Frank?
Sorry, a patient in the hospital is in a critical condition. It's an emergency.
So?
I have to go attend to her. Her life is on the line. Okay, I'll see you later. Someone's life is at stake.
I don't think your brother likes me.
Why do you say a thing like that?
Oh, come on, Oge. Is it not obvious? Your brother doesn't have my time. I mean absolutely nothing to him.
This is serious. Doris, are you sure about everything you're telling me?
Okay, how do I explain this to you? I mean, who leaves a woman in the house all alone in the middle of the night? I mean, cold night in this big house. Who does that?
Did you guys have a quarrel?
That's the funny thing. No, we didn't have a fight, neither did we have a quarrel. He left immediately one of his nurses called him.
Don't worry, my friend. I'll talk to him later. I believe everything will be fine. Let's go to where we're going to. We're running late, okay?
This woman is still sleeping. Still sleeping by this time of the day. Antonia. Get up. How can you be sleeping at by this time of the day?
God. Good morning.
Good morning. How was the night?
I didn't sleep all through the night.
What happened? Why didn't you sleep?
How could I have slept when I was busy thinking?
Thinking about what?
Thinking about Amanda. We need to do something about her. We can't just sit back and fold our arms.
Now listen. Think no more about her. Very soon, everything will be taken care of. Okay? Yes.
But how do you mean?
You see, I'm thinking of something. But first of all, please go and get me my breakfast. I want to get to the office early enough.
I will do that. My honey.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I will get your breakfast soon, eh?
I'm waiting.
I'm coming.
I think there is something going on in this palace. Where did Ada sleep last night? But she was the first person to enter the room last night. Yet, she didn't sleep there. Does it mean she sneaked out at the middle of the night? In fact, I will just have to find her.
Oh no, are you confirming to me that that piece of land belongs to the Okorafor family and not Ibube?
Yes, Igwe, I've made every investigation about that. I've just investigated very fully. That land belongs to Okorafor and not Ibube.
I'm asking this so that you will confirm to me. I don't want to make any wrong judgments.
I've made every confirmation. Okay. Whatever I've told you here is just the truth. Yes. Igwe, lest I forget. You remember about that the Irofe festival will soon be here?
Oh, yes.
And how prepared is the prince?
Very prepared. In fact, we're all looking forward to that festival.
Very prepared without a wife? You know that we are the custodian of our customs and tradition. And you know that the prince cannot perform his duties if he's not married.
Oh no, I am aware of that. And we're doing everything possible to ensure that the right thing is done. Trust me.
Okay, I take you by your words. But remember to do all the needfuls, because if they are not done, he will not perform his duties in this year of a festival.
My good friend Ono, I know how concerned you are about the royal family and indeed the entire kingdom. Don't worry. Go home and rest your bones. Everything is under control. Hold me on this.
Rest assuring me. My Igwe, Your Highness, I believe in you.
Okay. Watch the roads where you're going.
Thank you.
Well, fine.
So, you mean he's not angry? Amara, from the discussion we had today, he is not. He said whatever happened is not our fault. So, he will not hold it against us. Paul is really a nice person.
You can say that again, Amara.
He is nice. I was thinking he will actually hate me. I was really thinking he's going to like be so
blow me.
What is going on here?
Mama, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Good afternoon, So, Amanda, you have grown so big that you leave this house at will without informing anybody and come back here to eat in my husband's private parlor.
Mother, this is not fair.
What is not fair? Say another rubbish from that toilet you call a mouth. Then I will tell you I'm still the one that gave birth. Have you come out of what? What is your problem? And you, Amanda, if you don't get out of here with those useless of yours. I swear, you will not believe what I will do to you right now.
Mother, you can go ahead and hit me! Slap me! But it will not stop me from telling you the truth! What you are doing is not good! It's wickedness!
So, Amanda has succeeded in turning my own daughter against me, eh? Okay? We shall see.
Not fair.
Listen to me. I see nothing wrong with me rushing out that night to go save a patient's life. If I hadn't left the house at the time I did, that patient would have died.
No one is saying you shouldn't do your job. But at the same time, you should also learn how to manage her emotions.
That is not the issue. The point is, she doesn't want me out of her sight. She wants me by her all day, all night, and that is not good.
It only takes a woman that truly loves you with all her heart to do that. My prince, you should be happy that you have such a woman as your future wife.
Is she still angry with me?
You have to go over there and talk to her.
Okay, I'll be back.
Good afternoon.
You know the afternoon cannot be good with you wearing a long face. Okay, I know I'm sorry about the other time. I'm deeply sorry, please forgive me.
I'm only asking for a little time of yours. Is that too much to ask?
I promise to make it up to you. Yeah, that's some good one. At least there's a smile on the face. That's what I like it. So whose drink is this?
I think it's for the princess.
Ah.
Uche, listen to me, let me tell you something. This palace is too small for one to play hide and seek game here. Okay?
Amelia, what are you talking about?
It is too difficult for a particular thing to be happening, and you think that one or two persons won't get knowledge of it.
I think something has gone wrong with your head. Because the more I try to understand what you're talking about, the more confused I become.
Oh, don't worry. When the right time comes, you will understand. For now, the prince demands your presence.
Has the prince proposed to her officially?
Not yet. I don't think so.
What do you mean by you don't think so?
Just relax. I'll find out tomorrow.
The Irofe festival is closed. And you know what that means?
The Irofe festival?
Yes. Do you know who reminded me of that today? And thank God he did. I was really glad. Because I had almost forgotten.
That means the prince has to hurry with his marriage plans.
Oh, certainly.
Why are you shouting and covering your face?
Please, in the name of anything you respect, cover up, please.
Frank, why are you acting this way?
I can see that I need to say this.
Why are you behaving like running away? Does he have a problem? Is he a real man?
Honey,
yeah.
You know, I need to go to the market to buy some foodstuffs.
Yeah. I know I gave you some money.
Oh, yeah. You gave me money the other day now. So I still have enough.
And make sure you buy all necessary things. And remember the keys also.
Okay. I wonder what's... Oh.
Dad.
Yes?
We are good to go.
Must you all go for this midweek service?
Yes, Dad. This is the first time my friend is inviting us to their youth program. Besides, we're not doing anything at home. So allow us to go.
All right, if you insist. Both of you can go.
Thank you very much, Dad. Thank you, sir.
But make sure both of you come back early, okay?
No
yes,
problem,
Mom.
Mom. I'll pray for you.
Yes. Bye.
Wicked people, wicked souls.
Child, his phone is not going.
Try again.
I'm trying.
One question for you. This character is for what? This
It's ringing.
behavior is for what?
Yeah, hello? Yes. They've both left the house right now. Make sure you do what you are supposed to do. But remember, my daughter is not the target. She must return home. All right. Good luck.
Honey, yes. Please, they should not harm our daughter because I don't want anything to happen to her.
No. Nothing will ever happen to her. She will come back safe. I assure you that.
What is wrong with you?
I don't understand.
What is the meaning of the drama that took place last night?
What drama?
Frank, please. Please, do not give me that pretense, please.
Okay, I get what you're saying now, but I'm sorry. What you wanted me to do is something against my fate. I couldn't do it.
What is the meaning of that?
Doris, I'm a Christian, and the Bible frowns against sex before marriage. We cannot have sex until we're man and wife officially.
Really? Okay. Why then did you allow me stay in the same house with you? On the same bed?
Because we need to get to know each other if we have to become a couple. Moreover, we have very, very minimal time for courtship. Plus, the fact that we're in the same house doesn't mean we should have sex.
Well, I don't think you are a real man.
What? Is that supposed to be an insult or what?
Well, that's your business.
Doris?
You try, man. See, you try. What? How you mean now?
Boss, that woman not get that normal vegetable. This is all she had.
I'm tired of smoking this rubbish. Huh?
Please, I am begging you people, just let me go, please. I promise I'll never tell anybody about you people. It will be a top secret, I promise. Please just let me go.
My friend, shut up there. Who even gave you the impression that you are leaving this place alive? Who?
You see, I am innocent. I've not done anything. I'm not. I am so innocent.
Yes. You can reserve that question for the devil. When you meet him in hell, ask him that.
Hey, my brothers, please, I beg you. Just let me go now. Please now. I beg you people. Please.
Shut up. Now listen, if I were you, I would request for that food that was given to you. Do you want to die without food? Do you?
Shut up, boys. You should be our own now. You should be like a dream parrot for another person matter now. Even since you won't die, you don't eat. You could die now. All of them follow. You go die, they go.
My son, what is preventing you from proposing to a girl?
Dad, I still need some more time to study her. I do not want to make any mistake.
What more time do you need?
There are certain things about her I'm yet to know.
Listen, my son. It is not possible for you to know everything about a woman at one time. She will only let you see what she wants you to see. The rest, you discover them yourself.
How do you mean?
I want you to propose to that girl as soon as possible. The marriage rites must be concluded before the Ira Ofe festival begins.
But Dad, we can...
I have spoken.
Why is Father so much in a hurry for me to get married?
The question should be why you want to get married at an old age.
Why are you also talking this way, Mother?
We are not getting any younger. As the day goes by, we get closer to our graves. We want our grandchildren.
It is not your time yet.
Death does not give anyone time.
Please, just listen to me as your friend. And I assure you, you will never regret it. Okay? Please.
Well, that's all right. I've heard what you said. I'll think about it.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. I have to go now.
Okay. It's always nice having you around.
It's all mine.
Please say hi to my future husband for me.
I'll do just that, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right.
Uche, go to Onowu's house and tell him to inform all other members of the cabinet that tomorrow's cabinet meeting would no longer be holding. This is because all the Ezes in the state will be in an emergency meeting with the state governor tomorrow. Okay?
As your highness wishes.
So,
my king, I think it's time we went out there and married a wife for the prince.
but wait, if you were not my brother, I would have called you a seer.
Why did you say that?
That's because that's the same decision I took last night.
Oh.
But unfortunately, my wife, the Lolo, refused. She begged to give the prince a little more time.
My king, the prince does not need more time. Besides, what did he do with the time he had even before now? The Irofe festival is around the corner. That is why I am worried. I mean, otherwise, I will give him a decade.
Bakwe, I quite understand your feelings. But there's this particular girl that we are hoping he's going to settle down with.
Your Highness, if you say so, he has to do it very fast. Time is no longer on our side.
Well, that is right. I quite agree with you. But in the meantime, let us drink. Cheers.
To us.
My daughter, I heard your discussion with the princess when she came.
Mom, we were actually eavesdropping on our conversation.
That man is every woman's dream. And I don't want you to miss him for any reason at all.
Well, Mom, your daughter won't make such a mistake. You know, I have just been doing the, normal girl forming thing. I don't want him to think I'm too desperate to have him.
Anyway, that's no problem. But I want you to be very careful, okay?
Mom, calm down. Trust me, your daughter won't lose the prince for anything. Nothing.
That's my daughter. Doris.
Mother.
Now you are talking.
That's me. But I lose the prince, Mother.
Oh.
No. The prince is mine.
Like that.
Oh, Mom. You. So you actually lose welcome, Dad. Any news?
Well, the police said they have not seen her. And they don't even have any trace of her whereabouts.
Amara, crying will not bring Amanda back. You have gone to the police station with your father. Eh? At least you know that we are trying our best to find her. So stop crying, okay?
But my question is, who could be behind this whole thing?
I wish I were in the know too.
Mara, stop crying.
Amara, it's okay. It's okay.
That's what's going on here.
What does it look like I'm doing? Are you blind? What did you say?
Am I the one you're talking to in that tone? Is something wrong with you?
Yes, something is wrong with me. Frank, something is wrong with me. Don't you know I'm a woman? Or don't you know I have feelings?
Doris, do you realize what you just did is a grave sin against God?
Oh, I didn't know that. That should be your headache. Excuse me.
Doris, could this be a dream or a revelation? Is God trying to show me the kind of girl I want to get involved with? Hey, why should I have this kind of dream about her? God, please. Please show me the way.
You will run as fast as your legs can carry you. Alright? And make sure you don't follow the main road. Follow the track road by your right as you leave here. Alright? It will lead you to a place where you find your way home. What? What happened? You can run again. Oh, this girl was here now. She been there here now. Here she's there. Talk up. No, what you see her. What am I supposed to do? They look again, huh? What is this man now? Ask this young man. Say, they look now. Why they look like this? Where this girl there? Shut up! What do you say? Go to you go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Talk now. I'm telling you what happened to this guy now. Yeah? But we don't get time. We can pursue this girl. We can't go now. We'll take it out for road. Tell no day. You don't say no time like me. Just pray, oh. May I see this girl now? Come on.
Father, you sounded so worried over the phone. I hope all is well.
The great history and heritage of our people is about to be destroyed.
What do you mean?
I'm not far from losing my throne, thanks to you. Frank, let me ask you, what is it that I haven't done for you? Why are you bent on destroying me?
Father, I thought we have discussed this. You and I have talked, and you agreed to give me ample time to get to know Doris, so we can sort things out. Why are you sounding this way now?
The Iraufe festival is now close by. That means we have no more time to waste. You have 1 month to finalize everything you have with that Doris and get married to her. Or you will leave me with no choice than to get a wife for you.
You don't mean that, do you?
Frank, if by the 3rd week you have not presented me with a maiden you want to marry, I will give you a serious shock.
Tell me this drink is the only reason you called me out here. Please tell me why you called me here so I could return to my father's house.
I have no doubt you're still angry with me. I have called you here to say I'm sorry, to apologize. Forgive me.
Do you really think we have a future together?
From the bottom of my heart, I do.
Well, Frank, I don't think I have a future with a man who doesn't care about a woman's feeling. If you don't mind, excuse me. I would have to return home now.
Doris, you're taking this too far. Listen, Doris! Doris!
You are the Lord that He led me. You are the Lord, my healer. You sent your word and you healed my disease. You are the Lord, my healer. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Father in heaven, I come to you to give you thanks for life. I thank you for making us see the light of a new day. I thank you for strength. I thank you for health. I say may all glory be ascribed unto your holy name in Jesus' name. Father, I bring before you the girl I knocked down today with my car. I pray for your grace upon her life, Jehovah. Father, you know it wasn't my intention to knock her down, Father. Therefore, may we not be put to shame. May the devil not laugh at us and scorn us. King of glory, please. Stretch forth your healing hand and touch her. Father, restore her to health. Restore her to normalcy. May your grace be sufficient for her. Father, King of glory, give her your grace, that she will testify that indeed you are God. Father, do it and receive all glory and adoration, for we have asked in the mighty name of Jesus Christ our Lord.
So where is the girl in question now?
She's in my house, Father.
What is she doing in your house? Has your house become the hospital you're supposed to take her to? I thought you said you came back to save lives. Are you saving this particular one by keeping her in your house? Or do you want to kill her?
Lolo, calm down. My son, why are you keeping the girl in your house instead of the hospital?
Father, I took that decision because I did not want the press to start snooping. Before you know it, they'll start writing rubbish about us, and I don't want it. Already I've commenced serious treatment on her.
Have you thought of what will happen to you if that girl dies?
Mommy, take it easy now. Why are you so negative? Don't worry, my prince. Nothing will happen to her.
My princess, your mother is right. Anything can happen. Frank, I suggest you take the girl to your hospital for treatment. And afterwards, you go to the police for proper report.
Thank you, Father, but I don't think that will be necessary. I know the God I serve, and he will never let anything happen to her.
Frank, Mr. Right, I know it all. Have you asked yourself what would have happened if you had died in that accident?
Mother, what kind of question is this?
Will you shut up? Shut up. You see, death can come at any time.
Can we please change this topic?
And talk about what? Listen, Frank. The 3 weeks grace period I gave to you is gradually coming to an end. You will know the kind of father you have by the end of that grace period. Mark my word.
She's alive, but still in coma. She's been like this since I brought her here.
Have you been able to make contact with her people?
No. I've been waiting for her to regain consciousness so as to retrieve any number of any relative of hers.
God won't allow anything happen to her.
I pray so, honestly. She sustained just minor injuries. It's not enough to keep her in this state.
Don't worry. Everything will be okay. I can assure you that, okay? Everything will be fine. She will be okay. Huh?
This situation has given me sleepless nights.
She'll be fine.
Her pulse is okay.
King of glory, I come before you again. Lord, you said you would never allow temptations beyond us to come to us, Father. Father, the things happening around me now are overwhelming. I do not know how to handle them all. King of glory, therefore I stand upon your word and I decree that we shall not be overwhelmed by this. There are too many things happening around me and I cannot bear it alone. I pray for your intervention. Father, come and take control. Come and take charge of this situation.
Amanda, Mama, my daughter, go back home from there. How do you mean, Mama? I want to continue this journey.
Mama, we started this journey together. Why do you want me to end my own halfway? Why?
Amanda, there are so many things you cannot understand. So, go back.
Mama, sorry to disappoint you. I am not going home.
Amanda, go back home.
I'm not going home.
Amanda, go back home. Hey. Go back home.
Mama, wait. Mama, wait now. Mama, wait.
There is nothing more I can do. I am...
Who?
Hey!
Who are you?
Calm down, please, okay? I am Dr. Frank. I mistakenly knocked you down and I've been praying to God for you to regain consciousness. Are you feeling pains anywhere?
My knees are so close. Please, I want to go home, please.
Not until medically proven. Just allow me to take care of that, please, okay?
Are you holding me hostage?
No, not at all. I can't. Honestly, everything I'm doing is in your good. You just have to trust me. Please.
Oh, baby, come on. Let's get down with this. It's getting late.
Get down with what?
Dada, why are you like this now? You and I know why you're here. We don't have to waste time about this. Come on, let's do this.
Just stop. Uche, we need to talk.
Listen, if it's about the money I promised you or you requested from me, I promise, as soon as I receive my salary at the end of the month, I will give it to you.
Can you just be serious for once? Can you be serious?
Ada, what is this all about? What is the problem?
Listen, Uche, I have not seen my period for the past 2 weeks. And I think I'm pregnant.
Are you serious or you're joking?
Have I ever joked with such a thing to you before? Have I?
Ada, if you're pregnant, it's a big problem. How do we go about this? What do we do?
Are you asking me that question? Listen, I came to you to tell you this for you to find a solution and not asking me stupid questions.
You sounded very urgent when you called me over the phone. What's the problem? Did anyone die?
My family is in serious trouble.
I don't understand. What happened?
My father will lose his throne if my brother doesn't get married for the Irofe festival.
Wait. You are joking, right?
My friend, I wish I was. But my father has given my brother just 2 weeks to present a bride, or he will force him to marry whomever he would choose for him as a bride.
No, this is serious.
Very serious, my friend. Taurus, please, save us the shame. Marry my brother. He loves you with all his heart. Sure of it.
And I love him too.
Then marry him. Marry my brother and save us this embarrassment. Please.
My prince, I'm really happy she made it back to life. I mean, what would have become of you if anything negative had happened to her?
Ken, you do not know how thankful I am to God.
My prince, you know you really took a very big risk. You know that?
Of course I do. I know. What even made me take that action, I can't tell. Anyway, let's forget about that and discuss about your trip while we were waiting Amanda to come downstairs so I could drop her.
We have a lot to talk about on that. But I suggest we leave it for another day.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see? Yeah. Someone.
Amanda? Someone explain to me what's going on here.
Doris, it's not what you think.
No, it is not what I think. Explain to me. I will bring down the house. What's Samantha doing here?
How do we talk at least? Get to know what the problem is here.
Okay, fine. I'm all ears. Explain.
Okay, so
Okay, you. I'm listening.
Doris, is this really you?
You two know each other. Doris! Ken, what's going on? Ken!
Mean that my brother's useless daughter has been in a man's house all this while.
I am not just talking about any man. I am talking about my man. My husband to be, Prince Frank.
I said it. I told you people that Amanda is a witch. But none of you believed me. Now, have I not been vindicated?
Mother, I am really sorry for doubting you.
Why don't we all wait until she comes back? Then we find out what really happened. Instead of calling her name.
Oh, you just shut up! Shut up! You're very stupid for saying that.
Amara,
Father.
will you leave my presence immediately? Or I'll do something I will ever regret.
Are you deaf? Amara, I said, are you deaf? Will you get out of this place this minute?
Silly thing.
Look at Amara. Just look at her. I don't blame you.
I will so deal with her that she will beg for death to come and take her, and death will never come.
Ken, since after the drama that played out in there, you have not uttered a word. Can you tell me what's going on?
What do you want me to say to you?
I saw the shock on your face when you met Doris. And I saw the exact same expression on her face too. That tells me both of you knew yourselves from somewhere. I do not know, but what is it?
If I don't know her, I wouldn't have known her name.
Then what is keeping you from telling me what it is? I am a friend.
Please, my prince, please, I beg you. Doris is not the type of character I want to talk about right now. Please, I beg you.
Ken, you refer to a girl I want to spend the rest of my life with as a character? There is more to this. What is it?
I beg your pardon.
Of course you heard me.
My prince, do you want your generation to end up with you? Or are you ready to take a second wife?
What are you talking about?
My prince, Doris is not the type of character an only son like you, who does not want to practice polygamy, will want to end up with. She was my girlfriend, and I loved her so much. So much, my prince. But she had her eyes on me.
Ken, please!
Do this to me, please.
Listen. Everything you are saying right now is just the wrong things. I don't want to hear this. Why don't you want to understand me too?
Honey, I thought you said you loved me. Huh? I thought you said you loved me. Please, don't do this to me. I beg you, God's name, please.
Huh? Love is the last thing you should be talking about right now. Don't even talk about love. Don't. Please.
Honey, please. Why do you want to throw away everything we've shared in the past? Honey, I thought you said you loved me. I thought you said you would marry me.
Listen, Ken. I did not come here to listen to this sermon of yours or to watch you shed tears. All I'm asking for, Ken, small money. Very small, small thing. So at least I could just take care of this little thing in my stomach to terminate this pregnancy. Yet you will not allow me do it. Why are you so wicked? Why?
I'm sorry, but I can't kill my own baby. Please. We can go through this together. We can handle this situation. Please don't do this to me. I beg you.
You see why I said you are evil? You have plans. You are very evil. You don't have money. Yet you will not allow me be with the young, rich, handsome, fine man I have seen. Somebody I want to be with. What is your problem, Ken?
I know I don't have money now. But I promise you, I'll make it be, okay? I will. And I promise to take care of you and the baby. Please, I beg you. Please, please.
Okay. No problem. I know you will not give me the money. I know you will not give me the money. It's okay. I don't have a problem. But let me warn you, Ken. If you ever read my small lips, they are small, but they can talk. Read my lips. If you ever try to spoil what I have toiled, worked so hard to build, Ken, I will fight you with the last drop of my blood.
Doris. If you ever abort this pregnancy, you will never, ever hear the cry of a baby in your home.
Oh, I'm shivering right now. I'm so scared. You are talking nonsense.
She aborted the pregnancy. My prince, she killed my baby. She lost her womb in the process.
Ken, don't. I hope you're not telling me this to get back at her for what she did to you.
If you were not my best friend, I would have allowed you to marry her. But that would be wickedness, my friends. Wickedness.
How did you know about this?
The doctor that did the abortion was our family friend. He was the one that told me everything. Prince, if you think I'm lying, you can confirm it yourself. You're a doctor. You can run a medical checkup, okay?
Hello, greetings, Dad. I'm fine, thank you. And you? You want to see me? Okay, Dad, I'll see you later in the day. I'm rushing somewhere now.
What is wrong? What are you doing crying alone along the road with your bags?
My uncle and his wife threw me out of the house.
Why? What did you do?
My sister told them I've been with you. All the while I told them I was kidnapped.
Your sister? Which sister?
The one that came earlier today.
Wait. Doris is your sister?
She's my cousin.
Goodness. Oh, okay, it's all right. Don't cry again, okay? I'm taking you home myself. Just come into the car. Come on. Father, I am deeply sorry I couldn't come at the time you called. An emergency came up, which was a matter of life and death, and I had to attend to it. Please forgive me.
Frank, this is not a time to ask for forgiveness. This is the time to act.
Go ahead. I don't understand, Father.
Tell me, what is your stand with Doris? And who is this new girl I hear is staying in your place?
The new girl is the reason I couldn't come see you when you called, Father. She's the same person I knocked down with my car. I've been attending to her since then. Nothing actually is going on between us. As for Doris and I, we're still on course.
Listen, I don't want to know what is going on between you and anybody. All I want to know is that you should present to me the woman you want to marry.
Father, these things are not as easy as you think.
Listen, Frank,
You have 2 weeks to present to me and the elders in council the woman you want to make your wife. Or you leave me with no other choice but to get a wife for you. And don't blame me if you don't like the woman I get for you. Don't push her along too far.
Good morning, sir.
Lady, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your food is sir.
Oh, thank you, and please stop with this, sir. My name is Frank.
Okay, I won't do it again.
Good. Okay.
Enjoy your food.
What is yours?
I'll eat in my room.
No. Go get your food. You're eating with me here.
Huh?
I said go get your food. You will eat here.
My prince, I wouldn't want you to feel like I'm turning you down the second time. The fact is that I don't think I can do what you're asking me to do.
I understand exactly how you feel, sir. I know the truth. But the thing is, I am begging you to temper justice with mercy. Our people say that when you beat a child with the right arm, you use the left arm to draw that child back.
Amanda is not part of them. She is a witch. She wants to kill me the way she killed her parents, my brother and the wife. And my wife had almost become hypertensive while we were searching for her everywhere, not knowing that she was just enjoying herself in a man's house.
No, that is not true, sir. I told you she was in my place. She was in coma as a result of the accident, that's why.
All right, from the explanation you gave to me last time, the very day you knocked her down with your car was not the day she left our house. Where was she before then?
She told me she was kidnapped by unknown men.
Kidnapped? Liar! She's a bloody liar. How could anyone kidnap her? For what? My prince, let's talk about something more meaningful than this. How are your parents?
They are fine, sir.
Okay. Can we go in?
No. I have patients waiting for me at the hospital. I need to go attend to them. I'll come back later for that. My regards to Doris.
Okay. Take good care of yourself. Okay?
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure.
All right, sir.
And the last time I checked, you said you don't want me to cross paths with you again. So what is it this time?
Waiter, what do you care for?
Just go straight to the point, okay?
I'm just going to ask you once. What did you tell Prince Frank about me?
What sort of question is that?
Hey. Listen. Don't even try to play dumb with me. What did you tell Prince Frank about me that is making him insist on taking me to the hospital for proper medical checkup before he proposes to me?
I don't understand you, okay? But I don't think it's out of place for a man to take the woman he wants to marry for a proper medical checkup before taking her to the altar.
Educate me.
Let me ask you, Doris, why are you so afraid of going to the hospital with the prince for a proper medical checkup?
Ken, I don't want to believe what my instincts is telling me.
Oh, I don't care whatever your instinct is telling you. But I think this meeting is over, right?
Don't you dare walk out on me.
So, Doris actually came to tell you all what you just told me.
My prince, I have no reason to be against her. You can ask her if you wish.
That means everything you told me about her losing her womb while trying to get an abortion is true.
Wait. My prince. So you actually thought that I was lying to you? For real?
No, it's not like that, Ken.
Then it's what? Tell me. I told you what I told you because I care about you. My prince, I took you as my own blood brother. What is all this?
I know. But I was confused. Too many things were happening to me at the same time. My parents want me to get married at all costs. I do not know what to do and I do not want to make any mistake.
Keep searching for a wife. But I'm sure that God has given you one. My prince, please open your eyes and see what God gave to you. What is going on here, Ono? What are you doing with that in the palace?
My king, you know the tradition very well.
What if I say no to that?
You are the custodian of our customs and tradition. And I know you cannot say such a thing.
The way you sounded on phone really got me worried.
I don't understand you, Frank. Is it that I'm no longer welcomed to your house? I mean, our house. Frank, I'm supposed to be your fiancé, remember?
Not until after the test.
Frank, would you please forget about this test of yours? Please.
Doris, I'm a medical doctor. And I do know that the first step before a couple walks down the aisle is to go for medical tests. So what we're doing is not out of line.
Well, I am medically okay. Oh, is there some sort of disease you have that you haven't told me about?
Why don't you let the medical test results tell us that?
I really don't know why you need that.
You haven't still told me why you think it's a big deal for you.
Well, it is a big deal for me. Frank, I am not...
Frank, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Doris.
Oh, keep your greetings to yourself. Amanda, what are you doing here? Frank, tell this bastard to leave this house, now.
What right do you think you have to tell me who comes to my house and who doesn't?
And seriously, I am going to do something stupid if this idiot does not leave this place now. Oh, okay.
Hey! Now you listen to me. If there's anyone who should leave my house this minute and now, it is you and your erratic self. So get out of this place now until you're in a good frame of mind to talk.
Frank?
Now move it. Move it!
Frank, you are not serious.
Take it! Out! 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 I said get out! Better frame of mind. I don't want to have issues with you. Get out. Sorry about that, okay?
It's fine.
Sorry.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, please, is there any other thing you want me to do for you?
Not really. Okay. My room, my jewelry are scattered everywhere. Just arrange it. Arrange the room, yeah.
Okay, Your Majesty.
Have you seen what your son has caused? Have you seen how he wants to bring shame to the family?
Your Highness, please calm down.
Calm down and watch them dethrone me?
No one is going to do that.
Oh no, not when you know who has already put the Ochupuleze on the ancient throne of our forefathers. Because your son has refused to get married so that we can start the festival of Iraufe within the next 2 market days.
I understand how you feel. But the prince has not brought any girl home.
Oh, I don't want him to bring any woman home again. The time I gave him for that has already expired. Woman, go get ready. Take Ada for medical checkup. Your son will get married to her as soon as she's confirmed medically fit.
Ada? The palace maid?
Is she not a human being? Ada is a beautiful girl, well trained. She'll make a very good wife for the prince.
What happens to Doris? Or even Janet? The House of Assembly Speaker's daughter. What happens to her?
Well, I gave him time to finalize things with Doris, but he couldn't do that. And already you know that my son has vowed not to have anything to do with the daughter of the House of Assembly Speaker.
But Ada is not of our class.
I don't care about class right now.
I am not in support of this, Your Majesty.
This is a royal decree, and that is final.
What?
Me first.
I give up.
6-5.
Okay,
go. Double 6.
You haven't told me what spell you have.
Hold on first now. Hold on. 4. 1. Okay.
Hello, little sister, how are you?
My prince, I'm not fine.
What's the problem?
There is serious trouble. The elders have started the process of dethroning our father. The owner who just left the house some minutes ago. The major problem now is that father has ordered mother to take one of the maids to the hospital for medical checkup. According to him, he will marry the maid in question so that the elders will stop the dethronement process before it becomes...
What kind of reckless talk is that? Ooh. Hello? I have to leave now. I have to rush to see my parents. It's very important.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I will be fine. Okay, I'll be back.
Hey, what's going on here? What's wrong with your sister?
I have no idea, but I guess it has something to do with the prince.
I don't understand. Do with the prince. My daughter. My daughter. What is the problem? Why are you crying?
Anna, can you believe? Can you believe Amanda has finally taken my man from me?
What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
Father, I went to the prince's house today. But getting there, I found Amanda at the prince's house. Father, my prince. My prince. Father, can you believe the prince threw me out because I demanded to know what that witch was doing there? Father, my husband had bewitched my prince.
Oh, see.
She has beaten more than she can chew. Listen, I will just bottle her up. Once. Don't cry. Wipe your tears, okay?
Tell her to leave my prince alone. Tell her to leave my prince alone. Tell her to leave my prince.
Don't cry. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Your Highness, I'm very sorry. I didn't know what came over me. Please forgive me.
Please, Your Highness, please do tamper justice with mercy. Do not chase us away from the palace, Your Highness. Please, ma'am.
Will you shut that thing you call mouth? So you want to stay in this palace and raise that bastard you deposited inside of her? Huh?
Truly, I am very disappointed in both of you. You're supposed to be my most trusted servants in this palace. Why would you bring such shame on yourselves? Why?
Your Highness, please, send these idiots away from this palace.
Mother, please take it easy now.
Frank.
Father, what's going on here?
This useless girl is pregnant, and that idiot is responsible. What? I have told your father to banish them from this palace. I don't know what he's waiting for.
What? Dad, I don't think banishing them is the best option since he has accepted responsibility. They should just go ahead and get married. Meanwhile, ask them to excuse us. There's something very important I'd like us to discuss.
Both of you should get out of my sight. Now, scamper away. Silly things. Yes. So, how did it go?
Are you sure this is going to work?
Very sure. The native doctor that gave me this said it must work. You understand me?
Yes.
Right. All we got to do is to keep to the instructions he gave to me. And Amanda will become history. Then the prince will marry our daughter. And all this rubbish will end today.
I just pray it works. I just pray.
Hey. Amanda! The child that says that the parents will not sleep will never find sleep. You have taken away sleep from our eyes. May you be the one to sleep permanently. It is finished. She's dead. No more to be seen on the face of this earth.
My husband, this calls for a celebration.
Get me a bottle of champagne. Let's celebrate it.
Right away.
Hey! My head! My head! My chest! My chest! Hey! 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 My head! My head!
Father, how could you choose her as a wife for me?
Well, you left me with no other option. The elders conspired and started the dethronement process. And I had to protect my throne.
But Father, you should have at least called his attention before making your decision.
I wonder.
The question is, have you found the woman you want to marry?
Mother, this whole thing is driving me crazy.
I can see you have nothing meaningful to say. Just get ready to be joined to your wife on the next Eke Market Day.
Father, I have come to tell you that I have found a wife. And I'll present her to the elders in council in the next Eke Market Day. That is what I... Hello, Doris. What? Your father is critically ill? Yes, I'll tell her. Okay, I'll be there right away.
Prince, what's wrong with Doris's father?
I honestly do not know. I intend to find out when I get there. She says you can come along.
Okay.
Father, I'll see you later.
Amanda.
Uncle.
Amanda.
Yes, Uncle.
Please, forgive me and my late wife for all that we did to you. We killed your parents.
Holy Mary.
We killed them with a charm we got from Calabar. I hired kidnappers to kill you. We even had to poison your food. Poison your food. You ate the food and nothing. Amanda, nothing happened to you. All this we had to make sure that he didn't know that your father had 80% share in my company. My last attempt. That attempt is what has left me in this condition and has sent my wife to the great beyond. Please forgive us. Amanda, please, when you take over the company, remember your siblings, Doris and Amara. Forgive us all.
Father, how could you? How could you? I am so disappointed at you. I regret ever coming from the lineage of evil people like you are my late mother. Father. 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 Daddy. 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 Daddy, please. Daddy, please, I beg you, don't do this to me, Daddy, I beg you. Daddy, please open your eyes, I beg you, don't do this to me. Amanda will forgive you, I'll beg her to forgive you, I'll beg Amanda, please. Amanda, please, Amanda. Daddy, please just open your eyes, I'll talk to Amanda. Daddy, sorry, he's very sorry, just tell him you're forgiving him.
My people, the Crown Prince called us here for something very important. I will call on the Crown Prince himself to tell us why he has called us here. Prince, over to you.
My people, I greet you all.
We greet you too.
I thank you and I appreciate every effort you make to ensure you uphold the culture, customs and tradition of our people. In line with that, I have decided to call you all today and present to you the woman I have chosen to spend the rest of my life with. My people, I hereby present to you the woman after my heart.
Please, kneel. Well, I pray for both of you. I pray that your stay in this family will bring joy and blessings to this family and to the kingdom in general. Welcome to this family.
Thank you.